You're listening to Radio Cosmos.
All night long.
Bravo!
My compliments, little lady.
Commercial!
Break for 30 seconds.
You are now listening to BaaD Radio.
Hello and welcome to BaaD Radio. BaaD stands for Business at a Distance. This is a show about local businesses and business networking. We are here in the News Radio WFLA Orlando studios from 11 a.m. to noon every Sunday, and I am your host, Angela Smarito. And before we jump into the show, I want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors. So a huge thank you to Forge IT Consulting for providing a fully outsourced IT department with a personal touch for small business. ForgeITConsulting.com, and Osteopathic Health of Orlando. They offer integrative medicine and regenerative medicine and so much more. Visit osteopathic.healthcare. So we have a new guest. I would like to please join me welcoming Maureen Shaw with Absolute Health and Wellness to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Is it still morning? Sometimes I forget what time it is. Well, we used to record the show at 2, and then we switched to 10. So I had to retrain my brain how to function, because once the show is over, I'm like, I have a whole day. I have a whole day still, because last time it was pretty much done. You know, you're at 3 o'clock, you're like, I'm checking out. So Maureen and I met at BNI, which is honestly such an amazing place where I've met so many people and brought them on the show. And so Maureen, how long have you actually been a member of BNI?
So I've actually been part of BNI twice.
Okay.
So this is my third year. The first time I was in BNI was probably 20 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Was it here in Orlando?
It was here in Orlando, up in Lake Mary. I had just become a massage therapist.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it was 24 years ago. I've been massage for 24 years.
Right.
Massage therapist for 24 years.
So it's back when they used to write the hand things and put it in the basket as they passed it around.
Yes. And I worked at a chiropractor's office, and one of the patients came in and was talking about BNI and said, hey, you should check it out. So I started going to BNI, and I was probably in it for about 6 years at the time.
Uh-huh.
I was president, I was secretary,
Really?
I was visitor host, I was on membership, and yes, that was back when we had the papers.
and then you had to count them, and they're like, what does this say?
Exactly.
What is this handwriting?
And that actually helped get my career where I was able to go out on my own and go, and I did mobile at the time. I was able to leave the chiropractor's office on good terms. I love them. And actually, I rent space from him now.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of...
Is it Lake Mary? What is their name? Okay. So
no.
It's not who Dr. Kim or
no.
works for. Okay.
No, but actually we were down the street from each other.
Okay.
So I'm very aware of Dr. Toma. So
yes, that too. That's
yes.
the name I couldn't remember.
Yes. So is Dr. Rustler is who I work who I rent space from now.
Very
so he was in
nice.
Lake Mary, and so we've just kept in touch and everything. And so as far as BNI, I was in BNI for about 6 years, and it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I still have clients and friends now that I still see back from that time. The only reason why I stopped going to BNI is because I started to have a family.
Right.
And with having kids and the timing and having your own business, it was a lot harder to be able to commit to the weekly meetings.
I agree. Well, I mean, especially
is
in the leadership role. I mean, I'm the secretary treasurer right now, and I probably dedicated about 2 to 3 hours to just BNI yesterday with doing the presentation schedule, and then we had a regional meeting, and then I was like, okay, but honestly, the people I meet and the referrals and all that makes it worth it. So anytime I get frustrated about the time, I'm like, you know what, it all pays for itself in the end. But when did you start Absolute Health and Wellness?
So, I guess it was 24 years ago.
Oh,
so when
really?
I first,
I didn't know there was that. Wow.
Yeah, when I first graduated from school, my degree's in athletic training.
Okay.
I did athletic training, and then I decided I did the massage therapy as a complement to the athletic training. And when I graduated, I came back here went to the University of West Florida.
Okay.
So I came back here after doing massage school after I graduated with my master's, and worked at Lake Brantley High School as an athletic trainer for a year.
Wow.
And worked at the chiropractor's office.
Wow.
And then realized I liked doing the massage more, and the chiropractor's office wanted me more hours. So I resigned from doing the athletic training. As much as I love doing it, my passion is doing the massage.
Right.
So it just kind of went from there. I worked at the chiropractor's office for another couple years, and then BNI helped me to move forward and go out on my own. And I've I've been on my own ever since, as far as I've been mobile, I've rented space, I've worked at a physical therapy clinic, integrative medicine clinic, and now for the past 5 years, I've been renting space at a chiropractor's office in Oviedo.
Aw.
So,
Well, I'm so glad I got a chance to meet you and really get to know you. Sometimes it takes, when you join a BNI chapter, it takes a little while to like get to know everybody. But the fact that Absolute Health and Wellness has been around for 24 years, and I have a whole new respect for small business owners, because I've never actually been a small business owner until like this past year, where I went solo with BaaD Marketing,
right.
and oh my gosh, it's scary, but fun at the same time. So
Yes.
you realize that you had a passion for the massage therapy. Well, let's talk about Lake Brantley a little bit, because I have a student athlete myself, and you actually got a chance to meet him.
Yes.
So my son Aiden's going to play baseball for St. Leo University. So when you worked at Lake Brantley, so you did actually work on a lot of
Yes.
student athletes?
Yes, I was one of the certified athletic trainers on staff there. So it was very part-time. I was only there like 2 days a week. And so within our scope, we can do some manual therapy techniques, but because they are underage, you have to have more permission with the manual therapy techniques. And so there's a limited amount that I could do as far as my skills there. So I was there as an athletic trainer. I was there for after school. I was there for before and after sports, for their trainings, and then also for their practices. And then also for the games.
Right. So, I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but what would be some advice that you would offer to student athletes as they're still growing and growing into their sport and growing into their bodies? I mean, Aiden's like 210 pounds now. He's like a giant. I have to like climb him up to give him a hug goodbye. It's ridiculous.
He's a wonderful young man.
Thank you.
You guys have done a great job with him. So stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch is going to be the biggest thing. Is listen to your coaches, listen to the athletic trainer. Use the athletic trainer. Don't use them, but go in there and you have those services available to you. So if you are injured or you are hurt, use them. Also, there's other services that you can use as an athlete, as far as whether it be chiropractic, massage therapy, acupuncture. There's so many different services out there that you can use that can help you as a student athlete. Like when you're a student athlete, a lot of times you think I'm invincible and I don't need to do anything.
Trust me, I know that mentality. Yeah.
So if you can, usually the parents are very supportive of their children. So the parents can help the students by making sure that they get what they need. And then also the students asking. I have 3 children. Actually, I have six kids, 3 of my own and 3 with my boyfriend. Yes. So we have 6 kids all together, and they're all athletes. So they ask me all the time, "Hey mom, can you give me can you stretch me? Can you give me a CRT, which is a cranial release technique? Can you give me a massage?" So they ask me to be able to help them
all the time.
Yes.
Well, that's actually really, really good advice. And I think about it, and I really kind of wish that we would have, I don't want to say known, but honestly, like I said, we didn't know. We never really even thought about it as far as like how keeping him in stretching shape and things like that as he grows, because they do think they're invincible. And sometimes I think they're invincible too. And I'm like, okay, he can just walk it off. You'll be all right.
And that's a common place, as far as it's like, okay, they're young. They'll just get over it. And yes, they probably will. But then, as you see, whenever somebody comes in, I always ask them about their history. And with their history, it's okay, what sports did you play? What accidents? A lot of times they're like, I haven't been in any accidents. Well, years ago. And yeah, this happened or that happened. Because the body's going to hold those things. The body has the ability to heal itself. We're just helping to facilitate that healing. And sometimes it compensates not the way we want it to.
Right.
And when we're younger, the body's going to heal, but you don't know what scar tissue is going to build up. So
that makes so much sense, because you're right. If something's not working the way it's supposed to, your body kind of works a way around it. Kind of like how a tree, if it's got something wedged in it, it just grows around it, but yet there's still something wedged in it.
Correct.
That eventually could cause problems. That's so interesting. Well, that time clock, I think I forgot to tell you that, but when that counts down and we start hearing music, that means that we're going to go to break. But this first half has absolutely flown by. So I'm looking forward to the next one. Awesome. So everybody stay tuned. We have more BaaD Radio coming up. Welcome back. And this portion of the show is brought to you by Body Street of Winter Park and Winter Garden. Experience the fitness studio where it only takes 20 minutes a week to get a full body workout. Visit bodystreet.us for your free trial.
We want to pump you up.
That's Stefan. That was Stefan on the
hysterical.
show. Do you know that episode's from Saturday Night Live, right? No. Hans, I think it's Hans and Franz, and they like stuff all this stuff in them, and they were there to pump you up.
That's funny.
But I mean, he was hilarious. We had him cracking up in here when he was doing that. So sorry, we're here with Maureen Shaw with Absolute Health and Wellness, and I'm just having a great time learning about your history. I mean, your history of working with student athletes. Mm-hmm. And so once you decided to go out on your own, and you'd coined and Absolute Health and Wellness had been born. So you said that you were doing mobile.
Yes.
So how did that work?
So when I first got my first massage, I remember getting back into the car and driving back to campus. This was when I was in college, driving back to campus and being like, wow, like I'm so relaxed. Why do I have to drive anywhere? So kind of like my coin's phrase back then when I was in BNI was, well, who wants to drive after a massage? So being mobile was wonderful and flexible, but it was more flexible for the client. Mm-hmm. And as I've grown and as I've become busier and busier, it became evident that it was so much harder to be mobile because it wasn't just the hour massage or the 90-minute massage. It was the drive there. It was the drive back. It was the setup. It was the cleanup. And it was harder on me. And then with having kids, it was just taking away time from my kids. Mm-hmm. So I transitioned to, okay, I need to have my own office. Right. And that was a hard transition. I am somebody that likes to have routine and likes to have things the same way. And so change can be challenging for me at times. So shifting from being mobile to then having an office and having like, okay, these are the times that I have clients, and shifting from, okay, I can work anytime to, nope, these are my hours. So, and I'm still a work in progress as far as
I get it.
getting my time, the timing and all, but going from being mobile to having an office has been wonderful because now then I can help more people. Right. Because I don't have the drive time, I don't have the setup, I don't have the cleanup. I'm just there at the office and can stick with my appointments. So
that's one thing that my daughter Anna always tries to teach me is boundaries, because with your own business, you're like, you need it by, okay, yes, I'll stay up till midnight working on it and getting it done. But really it's like, okay, we still have to like live our lives and make sure that we set up the boundary. So I totally relate to that. And also, like you said, you're able to help more people because now you don't have the drive time. Right. And so you set up shop. And so were you able to keep a lot of your customers that you were driving them to you, or were some of them not able to?
Most of them came to me unless they were incapacitated or something. But no, most of them have come to me and have followed me. I have a client that I met back in BNI probably 22 years ago that her and her husband, I started going to their house in DeLand. Okay. And then when I was at the office, she would come when I was in Lake Mary, and then I was in Altamont, and then in Oviedo, and they've now since moved up to Chicago. So every time they come down, they let me know, Maureen, we're in town. We want an appointment. So I have awesome. Clients. So I have clients from all over. So yes, people travel to see me. When I was in Altamont, it was more challenging as far as the timing, where people didn't want to always come to Altamont because of the traffic. I'm in Oviedo now, and that's where my kids are. That's where our family is with the sports and church, and people are like, yes, I can come to you. So. Right. It's
Oviedo's
nice.
a really nice home base. Mm-hmm. I'm in Winter Springs, and I feel like Oviedo, Winter Springs are kind of like tied nicely together. And hopefully they'll do a little something with that Mitchell Hammock Road. That's not my favorite, but but Oviedo really is lovely. So is there like something that you specialize in? I know like there's different types of massages, right? So my first experience with a massage was not great because it was a package. My husband, it was like a Euro-day spa, and the massage therapist worked me out too hard. And I was 24 years old. I was very athletic, but I never stretched. And so she released some god-awful toxins into my system, and I was sore and sick for days.
Gotcha.
And I didn't get another massage probably until last year.
Well, it's normal to for those toxins for you to be sore after a massage. I always make sure it's about communication. I always make sure I let my clients know that, we're working your muscles out in a different way. We're going to flush your toxins. We're going to balance your muscles. Whenever I'm done getting treatment, I always drink water. That's going to help to flush things out.
So that's what you're doing. So tell me about how that works. So when you put pressure on the muscles, you're getting them to do what?
You're activating the lymphatic system. So the lymphatic system only acts when there is movement. So with you exercising, with motion. So the massage therapy is going to help to flush the lymphatic system, which is going to help to flush any toxins that you have building up. Just from moving, your body's going to build up toxins. So by stretching, that's going to be important. It's aftercare also. So flushing those toxins are going to be extremely important. Usually if you're sore, it's usually like 1 or 2 days after.
Yeah.
But it's also communicating with your therapist. So that's something that I really talk about is education with the clients as far as what's important during the treatment, as far as communicate with me. I will talk to the client if a client to check in to make sure that the pressure is okay.
Right.
And I tell them, is it too much? Do you want more, less? And if a client is going to talk during a session, then we will talk. If there are some times when people just want to be quiet and the therapist has to be in tune to that. I hear that a lot. Sometimes I'm like, oh, the therapist talked the entire time, or they were quiet the entire time and they really hurt me. And sometimes the client doesn't know to speak up or doesn't. So
that's what happened to me. I didn't. Yeah. I mean, I didn't. I was scared actually.
But if they didn't go over that with you and didn't educate you and say, hey, we're going to communicate and I'm going to check in with you, then you don't know because they're the professional. So as the professional, we're supposed to educate our clients. So that's part of what we're going to do. So, and it's making sure. And then I also follow up with the client the next day.
Nice.
Usually for not every single client, but when it's a first time client, I always follow up with them the next day. Just check in with them.
Yeah,
How are you doing? How are things going? Do you have any questions? And if there's somebody like, oh, I feel great, fantastic. Are you sore? Okay, that's normal. It will go away. And if there's an issue or a problem, okay, how can we fix it?
Right.
So,
well, do you because like when I think of you more in like a medical capacity as opposed to like let's go get like whatever massages and with like the aroma candles and stuff like that. So am I right in that
correct?
Thought
so
process?
With my background being in athletic training, my path has gone more the medical massage. So I'm certified in the medical massage. I'm certified in pregnancy massage, orthopedic massage, cranial release technique.
Okay, let's talk. I want to know what that means. Cranial release, is that like helping me from a headache?
Yes, that will help for your headaches.
Nice.
That'll help for headaches. So a lot of times people hear of cranial sacral. So it's very similar to cranial sacral therapy. So it's very similar to that. It's just another way to apply the technique. So,
but how does being tense cause you to have a headache? It baffles me.
Well, because you've got what's called fascia that covers all of your muscles. So if you look at the muscle, around the muscle is kind of like the pantyhose.
I want to see.
You want to see that?
See,
that's
guys.
1 pound. That's 1 pound of muscle.
It's a muscle. It kind of looks like a vegetable.
Yes.
So there you go.
So around the muscle you have fascia. In between the muscle you have fascia. So the fascia is what holds everything together. With movement and any type of injury, accident, stress, that fascia is going to tighten up. And so what the massage does, what stretching does, what any type of treatment will help to do is going to help to relax that and open that up.
So toxins and stuff like that would get caught inside of these little these grooves.
Correct.
And then when you massage it, it works it out.
It helps it to press it out.
And is it the toxins that cause the headache, or is it just
It's going to be the toxins. It's going to be the tightness. When there's a muscle imbalance, that can cause headaches. So a lot of times, or whenever anybody comes in, I always check to see where like their shoulders are, where their hips are, and everything. And I show them before the treatment, okay, this is where you are. And then I do the treatment, and then I show them afterwards, okay, this is what has changed, so they can actually see.
All right. We're going to hold that thought. All right. We're going to run a break. When we get back, we'll have more BaaD Radio, so stay tuned.
Welcome back. And this portion of the show is brought to you by Ground Up Property Services. Do you know what your sprinkler system did last night?
Probably not. So now's a good time to get your irrigation system serviced by Ground Up Property Services today. And don't forget about a lawn sensor, too, because we've been getting so much water. And so you don't want to overwater your lawn. Call 407-468-4295 or visit groundupinc.net. All right, so we're here with Maureen Shaw, and we've been talking about absolute health and wellness. And she did talk about another part of her business, but we're going to wait till the last segment. And that is, what is that called again? It's
Ideal Protein.
But I know I'm kind of fascinated with the massage therapy part because I'm guessing it's been around for like eons and eons. And this is such a basic question, and I know I sound like a child, but don't your hands get tired at the end of the day? Aren't you just like, no, I can't touch another person's shoulders?
Excuse me. That's a really good question that you asked. So in massage school, they teach you the correct body mechanics. So you're doing a lot of lunging and squatting. So you're not just using your hands. You are using your whole body weight behind the treatment. So I always use the example as like a carpenter doesn't go out the first day that they're on the job and build a house. Mm-hmm. So it's built over time. When you're in massage school, it is Monday through Friday. You are learning different techniques and for 5 hours a day and learning different techniques. So you are building up your stamina. And then you have clinics open to the public. So you're starting to work with clients when you're in school. So I've been doing massage for 24 years, so I cannot tell you how many people have been on my table. It's
right.
A lot.
But I can tell that you really are passionate about it and you enjoy it. And I think that's what really shows is that it's not just a job for you. You like I said, you really love what you do and
love helping people.
Yeah, that's so sweet. I love it.
I love helping people. When they come in and they are like, oh, my shoulder hurts or I have a headache or whatnot. I had one client that she had come in with consistent headaches, and we had gotten her on a schedule where her sweet spot was every 3 weeks. And I think I talked about this the other day. And she had missed an appointment over the summer because she was traveling for work, and then she had vacation. And it had been 6 weeks since I had seen her. We had gotten her to the point where she was not having headaches. She was feeling great.
Right.
And she came in and she's like, Maureen, I've needed you, but I haven't been able to get in because of my schedule. And she's like, thank you so much. When she left, she was feeling so much better. So now we have her back on her schedule. So it's finding that sweet spot for clients.
Right.
To a lot of times people come in initially where they're like, I'm in pain and I'm hurting. And it might have to be a little bit more consistent at the very beginning where it's once a week or every 2 weeks.
Do you do like more than once a week?
Typically not. Typically not. Sometimes if somebody is in that every so often I will, but it's not needed. You have to give the body the time to heal and rest.
Right.
So that's part of the process also.
Right. And how often is the legs the problem? Because like I always think of the back and the shoulders and the arms and the neck. I never really think about the legs as being an issue.
Well, usually people will have hip pain. They'll have, okay, my legs are sore, especially with runners. I'll have knee pain or ankle pain or plantar fasciitis. That's a big one. Is a lot of times plantar fasciitis is the muscles at the bottom of the feet. And a lot of times they'll think, okay, I just need to work the actual sole of the foot, the bottom of the foot. Well, it's the entire calf. You have to work all the way up the calf, all the way up to the quad. The entire leg, you have to look at the hips. You have to make sure that that's balanced.
Because if they're not aligned, that's an issue, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure everything is aligned. And so then that way they'll be able to run more effectively.
Right. I always said that running is terrible for you.
Everybody has their passion.
I know, but it's like hard on your feet, hard on your knees. But it's, it's my sister, my older sister Carrie. Her entire family were all runners, and they're just fit and wonderful. But they all have some knee issue, ankle, like shin splints, whatever. I'm like, yeah, you know what?
I can help with all that.
I'm gonna go do something over here. I'm gonna go do Body Street.
There you go.
That's right. We were going to talk about that. You guys, how's our things going with Body Street?
We're really enjoying it.
I know. I love Stefan and that whole group there.
Their team is great.
And I love the fact that we just get it done in 20 minutes. And I'm like, yes, I can eat a piece of cheesecake now. I'm just kidding. I don't really. But I can if I want to. So, what is the best way? Like, how do you do about your appointments? Do you do phone appointments, or do you have a website that people can go to? How's the best way to get into? Well, like, what do you do in order to start a new client?
To start a new client, it's usually a phone call or a text. Right now, I'm in the process of getting my online scheduling set up. So, but right now it's call or text. I have the office or I have my cell phone, and those are both great ways to get a hold of me to schedule an appointment. Or via email.
Yeah.
So
I just noticed that a lot of people use text.
Correct.
Because it's like, okay, text, you put a time in, you put it in your calendar, and then you're good to go.
correct. I do have my intake form is on the website.
Okay.
So I have had a number of people that will just go right online and fill out the intake form, and it will be sent to me. So it'll be like, oh, okay, this person is ready to schedule their appointment, and then I give them a call and get their
What's
appointment set
your
up.
website?
So the website is yourabsolutehealth.com. It's
Very nice.
YOUR and then absolutehealth.com.
Perfect. So everybody listen to that and write that down. So if you need an appointment. And when do you take appointments? Are you like scheduled certain days and on
Yes.
some days off?
So I work Monday through Thursday. I'm usually there. Like first appointment is 9:00, between 9 and 9:30. It depends on like schedule with the kids. And my last appointment I usually take is at 4.
Okay.
So because then again I'm with the kids in the evening time.
And what lengths do you book?
So it's the first appointment is always 90 minutes because I want to is approximately 90 minutes. I tell people to schedule 90 minutes for that because I want to make sure that we do a thorough intake. They fill out the intake form and a thorough history. So that history for people can honestly take 5 minutes or it can take a half an hour. And if somebody is scheduled for just like a 60-minute time block and if they talk and have 30 minutes of intake, I want to be able to get to their problem and address their problem. So I want to at least have like 50 to 60 minutes hands-on.
Right.
So I always schedule a first appointment for a 90-minute time block, and whether it takes 80 minutes or 75 minutes or 90 minutes, it just depends on the person.
Right.
So, and then after that, they can choose as far as usually if they want if they want an hour appointment or if they want a 90-minute appointment. And then if the cranial release technique is needed, your body will kind of dictate that each time. Sometimes a lot of the times that you'll need it because people will fall into patterns, but sometimes you don't need it.
Right.
So,
what do you mean like fall into patterns? Like
so usually what I'll do is when I come in, when a client comes in, I always check like their shoulders, I'll check their hips, I'll check where their ears are. And that's kind of like the balance point. And then
ears?
Your ears, as far as ears can be off a little bit. So
because they're holding their head sideways or something.
so a lot of times people will notice, I just like, do you notice that your glasses are crooked? And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so we can help with that. And then, so we apply the cranial release technique. And then after that helps too, because it helps with the soft tissues in the head.
Right.
So
I was talking to somebody last week about like, how I notice it more in women, but as we age, we start to get that lump, and it's kind of like we start to hunch over.
Yes.
And can you help that from
Yes.
not happening? All right, I'm
Yes.
gonna make an appointment. Well, because I see it in women more than I see it in men, and it almost looks like they become like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know what I mean? They got some thing going on there, and
Because everything they're doing is leaning
Right.
forward. So, and that's become more prominent now too, because like tech neck, everybody's looking down.
Yes, that's right. Oh, technique.
So that's where we go into the stretching. We want to make sure that we stretch the front part here. A lot of times people have problems back here and it hurts here, and they want to do like, I want to stretch this way. But you're adding to the problem. You want to go the opposite way. You want to open everything up to strengthen back here and stretch through here. So.
And how many different types of people do you see? I mean, what is your what is your sweet spot? Because I know that like during break we were talking about, you can help small babies. So do babies need massages?
So anywhere from like infant, like newborn, like right out of the mama, all the way until in their 80s, 90s. My grandparents got their first massage when they were in their 80s. And so
Oh my goodness, I'd be so scared. I'd be like, Grandma, I'll just go rub that light right here.
So and everybody has different pressure that they can take. So that's why it's important as a therapist to be able to check in with them to kind of see what they need. So everybody is different, from like student athletes, from weekend warriors to pregnant moms to infants to there's a variety of different
Everybody at some
yes.
point, I say.
pain when you're in pain.
Yeah. Can you believe 10 minutes has already gone by?
Oh my goodness.
I know. Well, we're going to go to break, and when we get back, we're going to talk more with Maureen, so everybody stay tuned for more BaaD Radio.
Together.
Welcome back. In this portion of the show is brought to you by Frogger's Grill and Bar. Looking for a place to go with friends or meet new ones, and you're looking for Frogger's Grill and Bar, and with 4 great locations, there is bound to be one near you. And don't miss out on Frogger's amazing menu where everything is fresh, never frozen. Frogger's Grill and Bar. Hop in with food and fun.
Yeah, boy.
That's right, baby. I'm gonna be the first one to announce this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait. There's a big thing coming to Frogger's and Apopka on July 31st, and I'm gonna do a post later on today, and I'm gonna announce it. But this is a little teaser. And it is related to Monster Jam. So we're here with Maureen Shaw with Absolute Health and Wellness, but you also have a different part of your business, and it's called Ideal Protein.
Ideal Protein.
Okay, so tell me exactly what that is.
So Ideal Protein is a doctor-designed, coach-led, ketogenic weight loss protocol.
All right, that's a whole lot of words right there, girl. So just let's break it down.
Okay, so basically there are so many different protocols out there to lose weight.
Absolutely.
And you have to find the right one that's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
So about 15 years ago, Morgan, my daughter, is 17. So probably about 16.
You had to think about that.
I had to think about that. She's 17 and a half. She's going to be a senior. So I found out about Ideal Protein actually from my grandparents.
Okay.
They were in their 80s. This is when they were in their 80s. And they found out at their physical therapy clinic in Vero Beach, and they both went on protocol, lost 20 pounds in their 80s, felt great. And I had just had my first daughter, and I was working at a physical therapy clinic doing massage, and my grandfather, who's an entrepreneur, came to me and was like, Maureen, you should check this out.
Okay.
So I started doing the protocol. I lost 30 pounds, lost the baby weight, and felt great. And people started asking me, like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And so it just kind of morphed into, you know what? This is another way to help people.
Mm-hmm.
I do the massage. This is another way to help people on their journey to health.
Right.
So I became a clinic for this. So I became certified as a health coach with Ideal Protein. I am also a certified health coach, but also specifically with Ideal Protein. And it's been another way for me to help people.
That's awesome.
And, you know, whether somebody has that last 10 or 15 pounds or they have over 100 pounds to lose, it's a tool to help you make a lifestyle change because diets have a bad connotation. And
well, the thing is people do the Ozempics and the things like that. They lose all this weight, but they don't change their habits. And so once they're off of it, then they just, you know, they're skinny, but they're fat at the same time. They're skinny fat. And that is, it's because they're not changing. They need to build muscle. And that's one of the things I love about Body Street. So I'm feeling like this, what you're about to tell me is kind of going to fall right in that category.
This goes hand in hand as far as that there are so many different protocols out there, and we can go hand in hand with the weight loss drugs right now, GLP-1s. That is like the craze. Everybody wants to do them. And if that's their choice, that is perfectly fine. That is up to them. Our protocol can go hand in hand with that because the biggest thing that Ideal Protein helps to do is to help to create a healthy lifestyle, helps to learn how to eat properly, and it helps to make sure you maintain your muscle mass. We have your muscle. This is 1 pound of muscle, and this is 1 pound of fat.
So do me a favor, put them right next to each other, and you can actually see the size difference. Because this is one thing I talk with Anna about is that she's changed her eating habits, and she looks amazing, but her weight's about the same.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm telling you, Anna, you look trimmer. Her clothes are fitting her better. And I'm like, it's because you're going to the gym, you're working out, you're converting into muscle, and that you can see it's almost double the size.
Correct. And it's not just about the number on the scale. It's about your inches. The only people really honestly that know the number on the scale is you, your doctor, your coach, whoever you share it with. Nobody really knows that number. It's what they see. It's the clothes that you wear, how you wear your clothes. That's what makes the difference. Is that you can have two people of the same weight standing next to each other, or of the same stature standing next to each other, and one's going to weigh more and one's going to weigh less. It's just they have more muscle mass.
Yeah.
So, and they're going to look totally different.
Right. Well, I mean, like you said, Aiden, 6 foot, 6'1", 210, but he's like just one big solid muscle. So with this right here, though, so it's called Ideal Protein. So I know, through the decades, it was like, okay, we're gonna count calories, and it's macros, and then it's this, and then it's that. But what I see is that it's always come back to protein. And like for me personally, I struggle with my protein intake because I can eat meat, I can do all that stuff. If I try to do a protein supplement, it tears my body to shreds. Like I'm in pain, and I can't find a solution so that I can get enough protein in my diet. And so what are some of the things, like where's the protein base from? Is it like got different variations of it? Like
we have so many different options. So we have a whey protein, we have a soy isolate protein, there's albumin, which is egg protein, a pea protein, and collagen. So there's those 5. There might be another.
Is collagen protein?
Collagen is beef protein.
Really?
So it depends on too how it's processed.
Right, because I can take collagen. If that's going to help with the protein, then that might be something that I'm really interested in, because like, I know that I don't get enough protein in my diet. But again, when I try to do the supplement, like I said, I get bloated, my stomach hurts. I've tried all sorts of different things, and I struggle with that. But
So
I can't be the only one, right?
It's finding the right one for you, and the protein that is in here is high quality. It's pharmaceutical grade, so it tastes good. A lot of times people say that protein, like there's that proteiny taste afterwards. That is one thing that people don't complain about with our protocol. We have over 80 different items. So we're going to find something that you're going to like.
Meals? Is it like a meal plan?
So we have shakes, we have bars, we have chips, we have puddings, we have breakfast items, we have soups. So there's a wide variety of different things to fit what's going to work for you. So the whole goal of what we're trying to accomplish is healthy eating. This is going to be for the short term to be able to help turn you into a fat burning machine, to get rid of this, to make sure we have more of this. So we want to, for short term, yes, it is a meal plan, and we're going to remove 2 of your meals, and we're going to do ideal protein food replacements for those. And then 1 meal is going to be what you're going to be with your family. So you're going to have 4 to 6 ounces of lean protein. You're going to have 2 cups of vegetables. Work on 1 meal at a time. So work on that first, and then we're going to slowly transition you out. Then we're going to figure out the correct proteins, fats, and carbs that are meant for you. Because what is going to meant for you is going to be different from your son, different from your husband. And so it's figuring out what's going to help you to balance, to maintain all that hard work that you just did.
So that's macros, though, right?
That's macros.
Yeah.
Correct. Very good.
Well, because I've seen, and I've been to places where we talk about like weight and stuff like that, and they put Aiden on the same protocol as me. And I'm like, I'm a 50-plus-year-old woman, and he's a teenager. I'm like, we're not the same.
Not the same.
So you've already like discredited yourself by putting us on the same regimen. Sorry.
So typically teenagers are not supposed to be losing weight. So there's a different protocol. We have like a low carb flex protocol that they can be on, where they're not really, you don't want to lose fat. It's just more about healthy eating. So where then once you've gone through puberty and all, then we can put you on the normal phase, what we call phase 1.
It wasn't about weight loss. It was about his skin. It was
about his skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were trying to figure out what he was eating that, you know what I mean? Because his skin he was having a really hard time, like clearing up his skin, and we were trying to identify it with the foods. But I mean, like I said, it was the same protocol that I was on for weight loss. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I don't know about that, so I can't say anything on that.
So we are actually, like I said, we got about a little bit over a minute. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and give out all of your contact information and take your time. Like I said, we got about over a minute now. So go ahead and give everybody your contact.
Okay. Absolute Health and Wellness. I'm located at 870 Clark Street, Suite 1040, Oviedo, Florida. The office number is 407-542-8754. You can also, our email address is Maureen, MAUREEN @yourabsolutehealth.com. You can also go to our website, yourabsolutehealth.com. Thank you.
All right. That is a lot. And when I post the show, we'll have all of that in there. And so I will be doing several posts to promote the show. And thank you so much for finally coming on.
Yay.
I think I've been begging you for over a year now.
Thank you for having me.
So everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors. And everybody, remember to support local.